Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and YouTube just jacked up its prices for YouTube TV. Yay! What great timing as everyone's sort of out of work and stuck at home and trying to pay their bills month to month. Let's jack up our rate by $15. Let's break this down. Look, I have YouTube TV. I've been actually pretty okay with it. It used to be $30 is when it started. It started for like the I think it was $35. Yeah, is what it was when it first started. And I was like, yes, unlimited DVR, had all these opportunities and all these channels to watch live TV, and I was super into it. And then it raised its price to $50, and I was like, I guess it's still cheap, but could be better, and clearly was cheaper than cable. But even that was a steep jump. And now I got the email that they've jumped it up to $65. $65 due to rising cost of content, the company announced in this blog post, where they just try to nonchalantly warn all its users, hey, your bill's going up $15 next month and every month. They're trying to justify this with a lot of this, since we've introduced it in 2017, now content costs are up, and now that we've finally made a deal by adding Viacom's channels, so now we get to get BET, CMT, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, Paramount, TV Land, VH1. I mean, they're adding some channels, but I don't watch any of these channels. Like, you can watch all this on HBO Max now. South Park is there. You won't get the live South Park. Is really all I care about here, and maybe some kids stuff for my for Nickelodeon. But who cares anymore about these cable networks? Is the real truth. But so they've jumped the price to $65. But man, if you really compare it, as this article does in Gizmodo and Fast Company, that they sort of did some math here, like AT&T's TV Choice package, which has 90 channels, as well as a free year of HBO Max, is already at $65 a month. And that's $10 less than $10 more rather than Hulu's $55 a month live package, which Gizmodo recommends. I don't have this. I don't know if anybody has this already, but the Hulu streaming service, you get the whole Hulu, archives, and you get their live TV package, which from what my research says, it has like 5 or 10 hours of DVR programming. It's not unlimited, and it's not every channel, as you can see here. It's some channels, and changes by area. But you can catch live news, sports when it comes back on these channels. It doesn't have like NFL or LMB or NBA, but it has sort of ESPN and stuff if you want to catch some of it. And then it has some like Disney channels and Cartoon Network, but it doesn't have Nickelodeon or any of that stuff, or the Viacom stuff either. And so you get all the other stuff, and you can add on HBO Max, you can add on more screens, etc. But it's clearly cheaper than just to go get Hulu, which is smart. And that's just for now, mind you. So this whole streaming debate is getting frustrating because, the whole point of having YouTube TV was to get rid of cable, right? And now cable costs are going so high that, or the streaming costs are going so high that we're just eventually going to be back to paying cable prices for a lot of the streaming stuff that we're trying to be cheap on. We need tiered programming, but I think these networks and these studios are wising up, because I think this is all a scam. All these streaming places, Hulu's, Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, they're trying to get high enough so they can then start increasingly adding more and more money. Now, Netflix is already jumping up, it's $10, $15 depending on the plans you get. Could they eventually just say, it's $20 now? Yeah, and then $25. Now, how far, can they go before someone actually says, I'm getting rid of my Netflix? That's the interesting debate here. Currently, I'm paying I think it's $12 for Netflix. How much are you paying, and how much would you continue paying to have the Netflix, library there? The reality is Netflix doesn't have a lot of stuff. It has movies, they're originals, and they're doing more and more shows, which they're investing a lot of money in, but they don't have a lot of, they won't have as many licensed movies and shows as they used to, because, all the studios are snapping them up for their own streaming plans. You got HBO Max, you got Peacock coming, and then you got the CBS All Access, which is turning into a new CBS destination, which is Paramount CBS. That'll, I'm sure, for the next couple of years be more, identified. And then you have HBO Max, like I said, Disney Plus. Now these are our tiered programmings. Really, almost every network is covered there in one of these plans. So it kind of just makes sense then for every platform to be $10, $15, because there's really 4 main platforms there. So to $10, $15, you're looking at $60 a month just to get the 4 streaming platforms, and then you have DVR, all the playback you want of all your shows. NBC is covered there. Viacom would be on CBS All Access. HBO Max has all the Warner Brothers and other stuff. So every network is sort of then covered. ABC would be on Hulu with Disney Plus if you get that package. So this idea of YouTube TV, if they keep increasing this price, I don't see what the value is anymore. When it was lower priced, it sort of made sense because you could get the live TV, which is really all I wanted. And I liked having all of my Simpsons there. Now Disney Plus has it, but I think my Michael Jackson episode is still on my YouTube TV because it saved it before they pulled it. So that DVR works and that it records unlimited. So if you pick a show and you leave it on for the past 3 years, which is what I've had it, you have all those episodes in your DVR. I think certain channels reset it after a certain time. There's certain rules per channel, but what's great is that DVR playback. You can have unlimited shows in your sort of YouTube TV account. That is the one benefit I'll give YouTube TV. I really do. I very rarely will watch TV live on YouTube TV, but I'll watch the DVR. Hulu not having as big of an DVR, recording playback is a little bit more troublesome, but I'd rather pay a cheaper price. If we're having all these streaming services, who needs cable? It doesn't make sense. Live TV is really sort of a rarity that I don't feel like. Do you still watch live TV? Honestly, right now I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Do you still watch live TV? When's the last time you watched a show live? I don't want to get rid of that experience. It'd be great if there still was a appointment television show that we all sort of tuned into, especially right now in this day and age. But no one makes the time to sort of stop at 8:00 on Thursdays to watch must-see TV anymore. You watch Ozark, and then you watch it later, and then you're catching up when everyone talks about it, and you're like, I got to go watch that show. That's how TV works right now. So this is silly of YouTube. They're trying to offer a bunch of bonuses of, now you can. The biggest problem is you buy this DVR, you pay $65 a month, and then when you go do the playback on YouTube TV, a lot of times they'll add in tons of commercials. Like The Bachelor is a show. I hate watching the commercials because they literally will have 100 commercial breaks on their 2-hour Bachelor show. It's the most offensive amount of commercials, and it's made me want to stop watching the show, seeing how many commercial breaks they try to get you, and they do it every freaking damn episode, repeating it's frustrating. But what's frustrating is they on the playback they'll add sort of the forced ads, so you can't fast forward through them. If you watch in the first 24-hour period, you can go back and rewind and catch it without the commercials. You can fast forward to them. But on a lot of channels, on certain networks, you have to sit there and fast forward. But now they're offering this sort of opportunity jump to what matters most, where you can rewind, which we'll see if that actually control. Here it is. In addition to unlimited DVR space, now members can pause, rewind, and fast forward through all their recorded shows, regardless of the network. Now, what they're not clarifying there is, does that include the commercials? Certain networks like ABC and The Bachelor, they'll add their own commercial breaks in between on the DVR playback. It's like YouTube TV is recording it, but then has sort of a separate home for certain ABC and other channel shows to sort of force you to watch it with their ad playback, their ad breaks, which you can't skip. They're not skippable. It's always like a 3-minute ad break. Sometimes you're like, got to sit here for 3 minutes. It's literally the only commercials I see. If I'm watching a show that I've DVR'd, sometimes it's rare, but sometimes I'll watch one and I'll be stuck there with 3 minutes of commercials that I'm so not used to watching commercials anymore. A 30-second spot or pre-roll I'll sort of do, but it's very rare to watch commercials, and now YouTube TV is forcing it. So look, this is too high of a price for me. It's $65 is starting to get way too pricey. $50 was already too much, and I was like, this should be a $40 to $45 package. Cut the channels. YouTube, we don't need all the channels. We're offering a la carte per network base like the streaming services do. Otherwise, why would we need this? Tell me, why would you need this when you have Hulu, when you have HBO Max, you have Disney Plus, then you have Peacock, and then you have CBS All Access? You have all the streaming services for $50, $60. You have all those libraries. You have them all, and if you have a special smart TV or an Apple TV, or any of those devices, Google Chromecast, you can watch all these streaming places in one place, one destination to click through. So having a thing like YouTube TV, which I bet you some of you are like, what is that? I didn't even know that was a thing. It was a pretty cool way to have digital, TV digitally streaming it and have, record, watch live, all that. But its navigation was terrible, which they're also saying they're adjusting. Which they need to do some serious adjustments if they're going to jump the price like they're doing. But I don't know, man. This price is too high. YouTube does not read the room right now. People are not looking to raise their rates for streaming services. There's too much competition right now. So this is YouTube, again, sort of being stupid, in my opinion, and could wreck what was, I think, a pretty decent thing. But now might have to cut the cord to streaming. Is that going to become a thing? We're going to have to start cutting our decisions on which streaming services do we keep. If you could keep only 2 streaming services, which 2 are you keeping? Tell me in order. Number 1, number 2, down in the comments. Who are the 2 top streaming ones that you can't live without right now? If you had to lose everything else, no more live TV, you only get 2 services. Which 2 are you subscribing to? Let me know in the comments down below. Stay tuned tonight. We'll be live. It's 9 o'clock Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So check it out and make sure to not miss our woke trailers. Cancel Ferris Bueller. Go give that some love. Trying to get that out there, and make sure to subscribe to Movie World, my new channel, which I'm developing more content for. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you later.